This Hackverse Anonymous over on Reddit has a shitload of Melton stuff today, and it is all very incriminating, and it all makes him look like absolute dog shit. I don't know if you knew this about Patrick Melton, but he has, especially for a fat man, the thinnest skin you've ever seen. And I feel weird doing this because I know it's going to get clipped and people are going to be hearing this for the first time. I've been saying this for 2 years. You know, people are like, oh, man, this Melton guy. I was a Red Bar fan. The book's out on Melton. He's a bitch. He's very sensitive. He'll go, he puts on this performance. You know, he's one of these guys who wasn't loved very much by his parents, probably had a terrible upbringing, bullied a lot. He's probably been fat his whole life, wannabe theater kid, doesn't really have his own personality. He takes on whatever personality he thinks people will like. Oddly enough, for being a miserable prick, he's kind of a wannabe people pleaser. So when Patrick Melton does this whole, I'm the guy who goes after people and blah, blah, he's not. Because the minute anybody pushes back a little, even like we do, just like lightly, and all we do is talk about the things that he does that are fucking creepy, he goes ballistic. Shouting, screaming, don't say that about me, play a clip then. Now, a lot of us are too busy to watch a really creepy, depressing guy and play clips of him. Plus, we don't want to promote him because he's a fucking pig of a human being. So he gets by on this play the clip thing. And we're like, ew, gross. No, we're not going to play your game. Well, somebody on Reddit decided to play his game and they completely fucking flattened him. And in true Patrick Melton fashion, they did it using Melton's own words. Let's get into some of these clips. It's going to be like a fireworks show. We're going to start with the light ones first. And then it'll end with the crescendo, if you will. I believe this clip is Patrick Melton. I think this is the one where he pretends that John from Win by 2 Radio said that he's going to punch him or he's going to hit him. This is, again, widow victim Patrick lying. And we'll play the clip.
Chad's chat taking my side and Win by 2 fantasizes about fake fighting me all the time.
Yeah, because Win by 2's in the chat going, coming from someone who is hiding behind a screen.
Imagine ever saying you're going to walk up to a guy and hit him. I mean, no, you're not. So shut up. Win by 2 doesn't like you, but I don't think he wants to fight you. He did. He went and did a show the morning of the AC trip.
Hey, Patrick, play the clip. Play the clip. Why doesn't he play the clip? Oh, I love when this fucking loser just gets owned like this. Hey, Patrick, it's starting to look a lot like Red Bar. Same thing that happened in that community is going to happen in this one, dude, because you can't change who you are. You're a fraud.
Where he was like, I'm on a golf course spitting distance from the Borgata. And when I get done with this, I'm going to pack this up and go right up to Melton and fight him.
In fairness, that's a really good John DiCaprio impression.
I'm going to hit him. He did. He said that on the air. So
okay, guys, there you go. We're playing the clip. John DiCaprio said that he's going in to Atlantic City and he's going to punch Patrick in the face. He's going to fight him. Patrick Melton's own words. There's no possible way he's lying.
Please send it to me.
What actually happened?
I hope you guys are prepared. I'm going to walk right in, take a beeline right to fucking Melton, and just film him.
Wait a minute. That doesn't sound like he said, I'm going to fight him. I believe Patrick Melton heard the clip. Did Patrick Melton decide on his own volition to just lie to his audience? But wait a minute, Onions. You said he'd never do that to you. Don't worry. I'm just fucking with you. We've got like 9 other examples. One more time.
I hope you guys are prepared. I'm going to walk right in, take a beeline right to fucking Melton, and just film him.
This little piggy went to market.
Oh, this little piggy. Hey, wait a minute.
This little piggy had roast beef. And this little piggy had none. And this little piggy went, wee.
I'm sorry for enjoying this, but I hate to say I told us so, but I told us so about this guy. And You talk about one of the great projectors and gaslighters of all time. Melton might be up there with Nick. I think that's why they get along so well. I think, and by the way, if you're a father and you get along with Melton, you're a real piece of shit. You really don't give a fuck. Because this guy, and by the way, the other thing that Melton does, you see, this is a clip from Misery Loves Clips. When Melton gets shit on and exposed, he untags himself on Twitter. Dude, take your fucking medicine, you punk bitch. All right, now we have, this is from Hate Clipper on Hackverse Anonymous. It's another clip we have. One of the biggest bitch moves anyone can do. Patrick Melton says he will call Mike David's wife's parents to tattletale on Mike. Wait a minute. Patrick Melton did not say, I'm going to tell your mommy and daddy-in-law on you. Oh, God. How do you show your face on the internet ever after? And by the way, Red Bar's shit on me before. Red Bar's shit on everybody before. It's funny. It's fucking harmless. And by the way, Mike David is like a Burmese python. The more you struggle, the more it's going to hurt you. Take your fucking lumps, bitch, and just sit in the barrel if you can fit in it. But here we go. This is Patrick Melton saying that he's going to tell on Mike David from Red. By the way, this was prime Red Bar. This set here, this era of Red Bar, in my opinion, prime Mike David. Uh-oh, where'd Mike go? Oh, some of these, what do you call them? The Reddit clips, they start muted.
Parking tigers, it was pretty fucked up. He threatened to call her parent. Oh, yeah, remember that? Wait, we skipped over that. Patrick said he's going to call my wife's parents and tell them how bad I was or something like that. Wow, I didn't even remember that one. So someone in the chat says he threatened to call Mike's wife's parents, which is a bizarre thing to even think.
But that sounds like a Melton thing to do. Oh, and by the way, the John DiCaprio thing, John DiCaprio could walk right up to Patrick Melton and stare him right in there, and Patrick Melton wouldn't do a fucking thing. It is embarrassing, this shouty, tough guy gimmick he pretends to put on. I could walk up at Hackamania 2, walk right onto that stage, stare everybody there in the face, and tell them, here's your chance. What do you got? They wouldn't do a fucking thing. A band of chicken shits, every one of them.
I don't understand what you think this relationship with my wife is, where if somebody called her parents and told them some things about me that would interfere.
Yeah.
Her parents.
What do you think? Jules' parents are like, Patrick's going to go, yeah, you know that your wife's husband is making fun of me on his internet show? Like, what does Patrick Melton think that's going to do? Like, Jules' parents are going to go, well, we will have a talk with Mike and we will straighten this thing out, Mr. What's your name again? Josh Denny? Oh, Patrick Melton. I'm sorry.
Parents listen to the show, so they're very familiar with Melton Watch.
Yeah.
It wouldn't work. But that was crazy. Why did he even come up with it? That's nuts, right? He said he would tell your parents about what Mike really does, whatever that means. He meant this. He thinks if he told her parents that I do this, that there would be some trouble. Even if there were, I would tell her parents to go fuck themselves.
I do. I miss this era of rap. Not that he's bad now and like he's battling like a disease or something. So he's gutting it out. But like, this is when I signed up for Scars Club, was this era.
And that she cheated on him. And then the whole thing about stealing t-shirt money. He said he'd tell them Mike's real job. So that was a bizarre.
That's another thing Patrick does. Patrick's always, I've got the secret facts. I know that you don't know shit, you fat bitch boy. The book's out on you. You're exposed. You're done again. Be thankful to God and Jesus Christ and me that you got a second chance to fuck it all up again. You should be down on your fat fucking knees grateful that I came around to give you the glow to have a second chance to fuck up like the fat bullied kid you are.
Our thing that he wanted this to go up a level.
Wife in Canada. We're gonna examine this fucking vocal fry bitch. Tear her apart.
This is the ultimatum time.
Your wife's a bitch. We're coming for her.
Oh, that's another thing Melton does. Melton can't get to you, like he can't get to me, can't get to Mike, so he'll go after the children, the wife, the girlfriend, the wife's parents, whatever. Melton cannot stand the fact that he can't play people talking shit about him and parry it. You know, he can't let it bounce off him and counter. He gets fucking pissed. And he's like, oh, yeah? Well, I'll ruin this other person's life. It's like, first of all, you ain't gonna do shit. Second of all, you're a fucking chick. You're a pussy.
All gonna have a turn.
Right? But this was
That when somebody does that, by the way, that's how you know they're finished and you got them.
He just sat there while we told him we were gonna have a turn with his wife. What a cuck. You're over. It's done. I rolled deep, nigga.
He's drunk. He doesn't know what he's saying.
Oh, and you can't not cover me. And by the way, I want you to go on Kumia and bring more people to me. Bring them to me.
Oh, yeah. How'd that work out, Patrick? Did it bring more people to you, or did you go hide for over a year? Which one was it? By the way, that one was Toucan Sam. Thank you very much, Toucan. I appreciate it. Also, thank you, Miss Tay, with $10. Says I'm always up for a fatty patty roast. And a fatty patty roast we will do. MN Vikings with $4.99 says, how did Melton come on your map? Terrible way to put it, especially using the phrase map, which is MAP, which is Patrick Melton. Did he do something to you, or just like giving shit to him? Was he producer or something in the past? He would have never been qualified to be a producer for Steel Toe. He's not good enough. No. Patrick saw Steel Toe making news. Patrick saw Steel Toe and Chad going at it, and he went, this is my chance to get some kind of traction. He decided to go into this boomer blood sports dabbleverse thing because none of the dabbleverse people know shit about any of like Red Bar lore or Patrick Melton lore. So they didn't know that this guy was a fucking loser who'd already been destroyed. I did. So when he started with us, I told everybody, I said, just watch. This guy will fuck himself over. He'll get in over his skis. And he'll lose his shit. I called him Meltdown Melton the minute he started with us. And here we are, Melton melting down. Sandy, thank you very much for the $20. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? That means...
Pay him. Pay that man his money.
That's the goal and another win for the toe. Let's bounce over to the next clip. So Patrick Melton's going to tattle on Red Bar. All right. Well, how'd that work out for you? Here's a clip from I love these names on Hackverse Anonymous. Extreme Gonads 9585 posted this. This is Kevin Brennan, the lovely and talented host of Misery Loves Company, saying that apparently Patrick Melton is very jealous of this Atlantic City event that Kevin Brennan and Chad Zumach are having. Patrick tried to throw an event last year. It did not go well. He refused to even do stand-up comedy because he's terrified that people will film it and post it. Whereas we had a fucking 12-hour drunk fest and we just went, fuck it. If you film it, you film it. What do you do? He's terrified to be roasted. He can't handle it, which is, again, why would you do this? You obviously can't take the counterpunching. We barely touch you. We do very surface level shit. You'll cope about this for 5 hours tomorrow. And you'll call Carl. I bet you Carl's tired of getting phone calls and texts from Patrick whining. We need to do this to Aaron. We need to do that to Aaron. Oh, if Carl doesn't regret getting in business with this fucking retard now, he will eventually. Everyone always does. This is Kevin Brennan saying that Patrick's obsession, and I agree with Kevin here. He says Patrick's obsession with this Atlantic City event is, in Aaron's opinion, my opinion, Patrick misses the days where he was on MLC, because the minute Kevin found out what he is and cast him out, that was kind of when the downfall of Melton losing his shit and being exposed started. Well, Kevin thinks that outside of the FOMO that Patrick has, Kevin thinks that Patrick is obsessed with this AC event because he's trying to throw the scent off the trail of this super tip scandal. Now, if you don't know what the super tip scandal is, Patrick started this thing where people could send in money and he would create AI voices, sometimes of small children, so that they could say dirty, perverted, disgusting things. I mean, it's truly, the guy's a complete piece of shit. It is, if you think, wow, I bet you Patrick can't be this garbage of a human being, trust me, you're way off. But now, Pat Dixon put it out there, and Pat Dixon, I saw, was very mad at me for exposing this to a bigger audience. Pat Dixon exposed Patrick and Moody, saying, I can see who gave me money, and I can see all of their information, and I can dox them if I want to. And he said some questionable shit about his ex-girlfriend who sent in a super tip and said the name and said he had all the information. Patrick got mad at him, and he told Pat, well, this is actionable. And Pat's asshole puckered up, and he went, oh, no, it was Stripe. That's where I got the info. Yeah, Stripe. And then he backtracked from that, and he goes, actually, it was Moody, Patrick's internet friend, because he doesn't have real ones. And I don't think Moody does either. Patrick said it was Moody who told me, not only do I have these people's information who give the super tips, but I can also do with the information whatever I want. Patrick, you might want to come get your boy. You might want to talk to your boy Moody. I don't think you guys are on the same page. So now people are going, well, wait a minute. Not only is Patrick Melton like threatened to dox fans who get out of line and turn against him, but he's also taken my personal Google information that, in his words, he got from Nick Rekieta, this big file, and he's already released parts of it. He's posted it online. He's posted either, I think, on his Discord or on Twitter. I recreated the zoom in on the files that I have. I sent them to the authorities. They have them. He 100% has my stuff. If he will release that, clearly breaking the law, what will he do with your information when technically he has it legally obtained? I don't know. I'm just saying, I wouldn't trust the system. The guy's not good. Here's Kevin Brennan saying that Patrick's obsession with the Atlantic City event is to cover up the super tips deal. Uh-oh.
Everyone to get off the topic of Pat Dixon and the super tips and violating everybody's terms of service. Everybody's. Well, Melton will be like, wait, I had nothing to do with it, even though he literally created it. And like a Syrian said, Pat Dixon would have no access to anybody's information unless it was set up by Melton. Yeah. Stripe didn't set it up, the super tip system. Melton did. That's a fact, Jack.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't put Kevin up there earlier, but he's absolutely right. I mean, Patrick has no one to blame for all this but himself, but boy, doesn't stop him from trying to deflect. The thing Pat Dixon did was very honest. All Pat Dixon did was told the truth. Shined a light. He's the whistleblower on the whole system. Sorry about that, guys. Felicia Gillespie with 199 says, send me a link. I don't have time. We've only got 10 minutes or so left. I saw you on MLC today. I watched that clip a little bit earlier. It was very interesting. Sorry, we got 3 more clips to get through, and I want to make sure we have time. So now, I think this is the Toucan Sam video. This is the big one. This is Patrick Melton. Remember, his big gimmick is, hey, people are saying things about me. Why don't they ever play a clip? Well, we don't play a clip, Patrick. I'll speak for them. Because you're fucking creepy. You're weird. You give us the ick. We know what you said. You know we know what you said, and you know what you said. You are a gaslighter. You are a liar. You are dishonest. And you'll do anything to try to save your own skin, especially when you're cornered. And right now, boy, you are cornered like a dog. So here it is, the 3.5-minute supercut by Toucan Sam. Again, we don't need to destroy Patrick Melton. Patrick Melton will destroy Patrick Melton every single time.
Lying, gaslighting sack of shit there is.
Yes, correct. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's the show. Patrick Melton finally admitted it. Here we go.
never, ever, ever stop getting shit for gaslighting and being a liar, but you know what I mean? Every time
Hey, Patrick, if everybody says you're an asshole and you're a gaslighter, you ever heard the phrase, if you meet one asshole, you met an asshole, but if everybody you meet's an asshole, you're an asshole? Patrick, if people who like you and dislike you all say that you're a liar and a gaslighter, you might want to start being a little more introspective, pal. It might help. Take it from me. Take it from a guy who had to look at all the things he was doing wrong, start working on the shit. Maybe you won't be such a giant, rotting, fat fuck. Maybe a lot of those pounds and that hunchback is the guilt of your flaws and your gaslighting and your lies eating away at you, and you try to drown it all in carbs and calories. It's a possibility. Think about it. You'll thank me later.
I tell one of these motherfuckers to prove me wrong, they can't. Melton, we all know you hired a PI. Okay. I mean, it should be, you all know I did it. You all remember the clip. Post a fucking clip.
Oh boy, famous last words of a scoundrel. I never said I hired a PI. By the way, no good-natured humor in this guy. It's just all flailing and losing his fucking mind and coping. He just, and the slightest pushback. It's just people saying, hey, Patrick, you lied about that PI thing. And instead of him going, oh, come on, guys, the private investigator thing, stop. Instead, it's, what? Everybody said I'm a gaslighter and a liar. Play the clip. Well, one thing you do is you don't challenge Toucan Sam on Hackverse Anonymous.
Not one of you can post a fucking clip of me hiring the PI. Why? Why? But I'm here to let you know tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Big money has been spent.
What?
I got to be very careful how I say this.
Right, because you're lying your fucking ass off.
Big dollars have been spent.
Yeah.
To employ a private detective.
Wait a minute. I thought you said you never said that. You lied? How unconscionable. By the way, there's a lot of liars' tells that Melton does. He does the big exasperated breaths. He does the lip smacking and all that stuff. He stops to search for his words because he's making up the thing he's saying. The big, long, dramatic pauses. He didn't learn that from his gay theater group. He's just a natural-born liar.
Real-life private investigator.
What?
Who has assured me that within 48 hours he will tell me what's what with this story.
By the way, this was during the Chad oil can thing. This is when he was grifting off of Chad and I to try and find a way in. And boy, has he done a speed run to the self-destruction storyline. So he said that he hired a private investigator to get to the bottom of this. And then when people pointed out that he lied about that, why can't you play a fucking clip? Here's the clip, Fatso. Ball's in your court.
Now, it's been about 24, so I'm hoping by Friday night we'll have something from this PI.
I'm still waiting on that lawsuit, by the way.
But this guy is looking into everyone. He has contacts everywhere.
Oh, everywhere. Of the oil can story?
And it's a legit, real guy who does, I can't say too much, but this is
I know, I wouldn't say too much either because the more you open your fat, stupid mouth, the more you prove that you're making this up as you go.
I got a guy.
Sexual partners don't count, Patrick.
Real guy. We've got a real man looking into real things. He's a real guy. Okay?
Yeah?
So,
okay.
I'm not going to say too much. Again, I have a PI looking into this.
Really?
So I believe it.
Not only has Toucan Sam found a clip of you saying it, he's got a clip of you saying it over and over and over and over again.
Of it until we find out more. And again, money has been expended and a private investigator has been dispatched who does this for very high level Hollywood people. This isn't a
imagine, how I said a long time ago, Patrick creates a character for himself that he wishes he could be. Patrick's like a little bullied kid who creates a superhero persona for himself. This is a great example. Patrick is Butters pretending to be Professor Chaos in South Park. To a T, he is a real-life butterscotch. And he wants to be Professor Chaos so bad so all those kids who are mean to him can finally get theirs. But he's a retard. And he can't pull it off. I mean, think about this. It's one thing to lie about getting a private investigator. It's another thing to create a whole world around that lie and build like villages and buildings around this lie. Oh, money has been expended. I have a private investigator. He works with high-level Hollywood people. He said in 24 hours, we'll get more information on this whole deal. Guys, the private investigator never existed. So it's not like he's lying about the 24 to 48 hours. It's not like he's lying about the high-level Hollywood people. He's making the whole fucking thing up out of whole cloth, and it's not a bit. It's not a joke. People who can lie like this, you should look at as frightening. I mean, not frightening in the sense like this is a guy you could handle in your sleep, but like in terms of psychologically, the amount of damage you have to tell lies to this degree. I mean, there's psychological shit at play that you'd need days and weeks and months worth of therapy to unravel why he does this.
Fuck around guy. This isn't a Better Call Saul. This isn't
Dude, Better Call Saul was the cartel's lawyer. He was pretty good.
This is a guy with considerable resources and access.
No, it's not. It says right on the screen.
And he we've been told 48 hours. Give me 48 hours.
Yeah.
We're going to find out some information.
Spoiler alert, he didn't do shit.
So we shall be there with the.
All right, so there's the private investigator lie. What else does so we've got the John DiCaprio lie. We've got, he's lied, like he released parts of my information, then he backtracked and said he never did. So he's lied about releasing my information numerous times. He's still pissing his pants over that whole thing. But now we've got these as just laying the groundwork, establishing the fact that this guy's a liar. And a fucking, like, a habitual liar, too. Like, he lies as, like, just a part of his personality.
This crime. This goes from Cheetos to April's ex-boyfriend who lives in Florida.
Really?
I've had 3 different people working on this for me across different paths.
And imagine being so obsessed with me that not only do you get into the April stuff back then, but you pretend. First of all, you find out that April's ex-boyfriend lives in Florida, which is fucking creepy. But also you pretend that you're working with him. Dude, like that goes beyond just, haha, this guy got caught lying, he's a retard. This is weird, like inventing worlds in your head, demented shit. He doesn't know April's ex-boyfriend. He doesn't talk to April's ex-boyfriend. April's ex-boyfriend wasn't working on the Chad Zumach thing. Patrick made it up. It's fucking weird, dude.
And then a private investigator who has searched all 3 relevant law authorities.
Wow, how can you tell a guy's lying? The phrase law authorities comes out of his mouth. Patrick, not only are you a liar, you're a terrible liar, and then you want to be in podcasting and you claim you've been doing it for 20 years. You're fucking garbage on your feet, dude. In fairness, if you're over 400 pounds, you're going to be bad on your feet. That's a good point.
Tampa, Florida, Tampa Police Department, Hillsborough County Sheriff's Department, and the Florida Highway Patrol.
Again, listen to all the organizations he's listing off in his lie. This is weird, dude. This is clinical.
Again, my PI says,
there's the PI.
Again, my PI says that's a front-facing punch. There's no way that happened from behind.
Oh, look at fucking Patrick Zabruder over here. Look at those eyes. Those are just wounded eyes of a child who never got to grow up.
He said if he had to...
He sits in his basement and invents realities. That's so sad that, I almost feel bad mocking him for it. Almost. But consider the world. A woman who wants nothing to do with you and is a convenience in your life. That's it. And then you sit in a basement and literally invent realities. Bro, you need help.
I guess it was one punch and over. There's no other damage. He said anyone who's being attacked and jumped has bruises all over their arms because they cover their face.
Remember, he's making a... This guy doesn't exist. He never hired the private investigator. By his own admission, he goes, I never did. Send me the link where I said I did. You're literally not only talking about the private investigator, but then the world of lies you crafted around the big lie. Bro, you're done.
I'm going to look so fucking dumb when you go find the clip of me doing it, and I've adamantly screamed that I didn't do that. I'm going to look fucking retarded.
Toucan Sam, great work. Great work. There was another one that I can't find it. Chad played it today. It was a really good clip that Chad played. Go sit down, zoom out, go watch his show from today. It was Patrick saying, I never said that Cheetos was involved. And then right away, the very next clip is him going, and also Cheetos is involved in this whole thing. The oil can thing. Oh, guys. This guy is done. This guy, honest to God, if you can't see through this guy at this point, you're either so blinded by Chad or steel toe hate, or you're just too fucking dumb to function. It is over. All right, you know what? Numero uno Josh Denny fan says, don't watch Sit Down Sumac. What the fuck? You're allowed to have that opinion too. That's fine. Doom says, many creators have paid me for clips, including Aaron and Patrick. Yes, when I use Doom's clip, I do pay him $10 now. So that is accurate. But a lot of those clippers don't want anything to do with him. They just find him disgusting. Felicia with 199 says, Toucan is working with Melton to mislead you. Yeah, that's what Melton's next thing will be. Yeah, Toucan and I are working together. Toucan and I were just trying to trick Aaron. We totally got him. I would do that if I were Melton. I mean, you make shit up out of whole cloth anyway. Why stop now? Like, Patrick Melton can't turn back the clock and be honest now. So, yeah, fucking lean in, dude. Make up entire worlds. And then we'll be here to let everyone know that you can't help yourself and you have to lie all the time.